Hey, Daisy.
Huh? Robert? Why are you texting me? Is there a meeting scheduled for you and Tiffany soon? Do you want to see her?
No, it's not about Tiffany. Are you dating that guy?
What do you mean by dating that guy? What the hell are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, Robert. I don't know what you're talking about. What if I'm dating someone for real? Anyway, I'm single. Don't you find it weird that your ex-husband is asking his ex-wife if she's dating anyone? We didn't even divorce on good terms.
So that's the truth. You're dating your boss. Now I understand why you coldly decided to get a divorce.
Don't speak so casually. You're being unreasonable. I'm not dating my boss.
You're not dating, but the two of you went to see a musical together. It's proof that you're dating. I just don't know when it started. Are you really gonna deny that obvious fact?
Why can't I go to the musical with my coworker?
It was you who told me that women don't go to musicals with men they don't have feelings for. We've been to the theater together many times.
It was just a coincidence. He also likes watching musicals, and his chair is right next to mine. We worked in the same department, so before we entered the auditorium, we sat and talked. That's all.
Coincidence? How could anything in the world be so suspiciously coincidental?
Why not? Can you explain why you and your mistress watched the same play with me when there were 5 different plays at the time? If it's not a coincidence, was it intentional?
But you had a thing with him before. That's why you insisted on getting a divorce, even though I expected you to think again.
Do not blame me. This marriage broke down because of you.
I'm not blaming you. I've seen it firsthand.
Did I hug or touch him intimately? You're the one who embraced your young lover as if you wanted to let everyone in the world know you're having an affair.
It was you who allowed her to move into our house.
You've been racking your brain on how you can move in with her. I've already fulfilled your wish. Are you still dissatisfied? Stop acting like the victim here.
You still won't admit your fault.
What fault?
You had feelings for him, and you two had feelings for each other since before we divorced.
Are we all like that? It may be like one person, hate for another. The grass is always greener on the other side, right, Robert? There's also the whole theory that even though you have a crush on one person, you're still looking for another? Does that sound familiar to you?
Theory?
We broke up, and nothing can be saved. Why do you have to make yourself the scapegoat all the time? You're such a good nitpicker.
You get mad and say you've been cheated on, but I've been cheated on as well.
When did I cheat on you? Speak it, specifically.
You have feelings for your boss, and so does he. So the two of you publicly dated after we filed for divorce. So why am I the only one being tortured for having feelings for someone else? That's not fair.
Did I do that to you? Did I insult or beat you? Or did I scold and force you to admit that you had an affair and even use my money to buy her a car and a house?
You have a crush on someone else. Admit it honestly and apologize to me. Don't deceive yourself. I already have a hunch about this. No wonder he helped you so much in your work.
We have no feelings for each other at all. Yesterday was really just a coincidence.
You want me to believe that nonsense?
I'm not forcing you to believe me, but not everyone is as selfish as you are, that's for sure.
I saw him drive you home after the concert.
You know when I go to the movies, I won't drive. He asked me where to park the car. No, I don't have to explain to you. Why should I explain when there's nothing between us? I have no fault with you.
You don't?
Yes. How many more times do I have to reassure you?
Tomorrow, I'm taking Tiffany home with me. I'll be taking care of her from now on.
Say something that makes sense. She chose to stay with me. You have no right to take her anywhere without my consent.
But you will remarry.
You are the one who'll remarry.
Cindy is a kind-hearted and amicable woman, so she'll devote herself to raising Tiffany to be a good girl.
Is she more dedicated than me? I'm the one who gave birth to Tiffany. How can you take my daughter away from me? And is she really so kind-hearted and amicable? Tell me, is it amicable to seduce a married man 15 years older than you?
Whatever.
Try touching Tiffany again. I certainly won't let you live in peace like now.
I can't let Tiffany grow up with her stepfather.
So what's the difference between living with a stepmother?
Isn't Vanessa still at my house? A grandmother who can take care of my daughter 24/7 is still better than a mother who goes out to work and always goes on business trips.
Does she have the same bloodline? Cindy told me that Vanessa was your first love. That's why you never called her mother. You always called Vanessa rather intimately. Just thinking about you cuddling intimately with her makes me feel sick. Live happily with your old first love and your young mistress.
You're being ridiculous, Daisy. You can't take care of her the way I can. You're always working, always traveling. Tiffany needs stability. She needs a proper home.
Don't you dare tell me what my daughter needs. I am her mother, and I know what's best for her. You are not taking her away from me. Do you hear me?
You think you can stop me, Daisy? You're nothing but a weak, pathetic woman. You couldn't even keep your husband from straying. How do you expect to keep your daughter?
You will not take my daughter away from me. I will fight you tooth and nail, and I will not back down until Tiffany is safe with me.
You're delusional, Daisy. You don't stand a chance.
Stay away from me and don't disrupt my life again. If you try to take my daughter away and subject her to those terrible people, don't blame me for ending your relationship with Tiffany. What have you done to my daughter? I let her hang out with you for one day and now she's in the hospital? How could you leave her here alone like that?
I didn't want to leave her, but Cindy said she was tired, so I drove her home. Besides, I also called you to take care of Tiffany. Don't overreact, okay?
What? Cindy was with you two? Didn't we make a clear agreement that you should never let Tiffany have contact with your mistress? How dare you violate the agreement?
I didn't do it on purpose. Cindy has work nearby, so I happened to bring her in at the same time. It can't be counted as a breach of the agreement.
You left your daughter in the hospital just because your mistress said she was tired? You could have at least waited for me to come. Do you know how serious Tiffany's condition is? She's having a panic attack and a severe allergic reaction. What have you done to my girl?
How could it be that serious? Are you saying that just to prevent me from seeing my daughter again?
Don't think everyone has tricks like you. What did you guys do today? Please tell me everything so I can talk to the doctor to find out why she's so sick. I really can't understand what kind of father you are just to leave her in the hospital and go.
Hey, watch your mouth. What kind of father am I? Do you want to start a fight with me now?
Now is not the time to argue. Tell me what you did and what you fed Tiffany.
Today we went to the amusement park to play. At first, she had fun playing on the wooden swing and eating cotton candy. Everything was going well, but for some reason, when I wanted her to go on the roller coaster, she started crying and refused to go. I had to pick her up and push her into the seat to fasten her seatbelt before she would ride it. You've raised her to be such a weak and fearful child. She's just like her mother.
What? You forced her to ride a roller coaster? How could you do that? She has acrophobia, for God's sake. Just climbing up a treehouse makes her feel dizzy. Why would you make her play a game that could put her life in danger?
What? Acrophobia? How's this the first time I'm hearing about this? Even if that's the case, it's just a mental illness. If she tries it again and again, she'll get used to it, and the illness will naturally disappear.
That makes zero sense, Robert. She's had this condition since she was 5 years old. Don't you remember when she climbed a tree to save a kitten? And she slipped and fell to the ground from a height of 15 feet and was seriously injured? Since then, she's always been afraid of heights. You were there with me when we discussed it, and now you're saying you don't know anything?
I guess that did happen. But you can't blame me. I have so many things to take care of that I can't remember all those little details.
Little details? It's related to your daughter's life and you call it little details? Did you know that every time she's at that height, she becomes short of breath, nauseous, and cognitively impaired for days? Just a moment ago, while she was in a coma, she was still screaming, "Daddy, I'm scared!"
That's impossible. After the roller coaster ride, she seemed healthy, just a little pale and wobbly. I just thought she was hungry because it was lunchtime, so I bought her a Snickers bar. And for no reason, after eating, she suddenly felt short of breath. She broke out in a rash and she fainted, so I took her to the hospital.
What? A Snickers bar? Did you know that there's a lot of peanut butter in Snickers?
Of course, everyone knows that. It's very delicious.
You have completely lost your mind. Tiffany is allergic to peanuts. You bought her a Snickers bar even though you know she has a peanut allergy? She went into anaphylaxis, and the doctor said that if she had just been 10 minutes late with treatment, she may have never woken up again.
I totally forgot about it. But why didn't she tell me about her allergy when I gave her the Snickers?
That's irresponsible and dangerous. You could have killed her, and now you're trying to blame her for not telling you? She's just 7 years old, Robert. It is possible that she was in shock and panic after getting off the bullet train and ate whatever you gave her without noticing. But it's your responsibility as a parent to remember these things and take care of her.
I didn't mean to harm her. I just forgot about her allergy. And it's not like you reminded me about her illness. How was I supposed to know?
You should have known on your own. It's your job to keep her safe and healthy. I trusted you to take my daughter out, which means you have the responsibility to take care of and protect her. And now she's in the hospital because of your negligence. I can't believe you would do something like this.
Okay, I get it. I messed up. But you have to understand that I'm under a lot of pressure. I have a lot on my plate right now.
What could be more important than your daughter? Your job, your little mistress?
That's not what I meant. But this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't forbidden me from being close to Tiffany. If I had been around her, I would have understood her habits and illnesses. So in order to stop something like this from happening again, I'm gonna take her back to my house after she gets out of the hospital.
What? After everything that's happened? If you still refuse to admit your fault and still find ridiculous reasons to justify your indifference, do you think I'm stupid enough to trust you with my daughter again? Furthermore, up till now, you haven't even asked about Tiffany's condition.
It's not that I don't want to ask. It's just that I haven't had the chance yet. So how's Tiffany now? Is she still in serious condition?
The doctor has just checked and given her some medicine. Now her condition is better. Thank God she's awake now.
So that means she's not in serious condition. If that's the case, I'll be more careful and read the ingredients carefully before giving her anything to eat in the future. Also, I won't let her play games on high anymore. I feel like you're trying to cause trouble so that I can't see my daughter anymore.
You went too far! How dare you make my daughter do such a disgusting thing! You've crossed the line.
What are you talking about? Everything's fine. What's the point of being so mad?
Tiffany told me that ever since you came to the amusement park, you've been making her call Cindy mother. How could you do that? Are you trying to replace me with Cindy step by step? Thankfully, Tiffany is well educated and knows the difference between right and wrong. So she refused to call a homewrecker who ruined our family her mother. But since she refused your request, you changed your attitude and made her play games that she didn't like, even though she begged you not to. And when Cindy gave her the Snickers bar, Tiffany told her she had allergies. But because she couldn't get Tiffany to call her mom, she forced that Snickers bar into her mouth. You guys are like the devil! Now I understand why you were in such a hurry to leave the hospital.
I can't believe you're accusing me of something so ridiculous. Cindy is very considerate. She would never do such evil things. And I would never try to replace you as Tiffany's mother. I just ask her to do it for fun. And as for games, I was just trying to have some fun with her. I didn't force her to do anything she didn't want to do.
Are you serious right now? You deny everything Tiffany just told me? And you're defending your mistress instead of your own daughter? You're unbelievable.
I'm not denying anything. But I think Tiffany might have misunderstood or exaggerated some things. And you're blowing things out of proportion. And I'm not defending Cindy. I'm just saying she's not capable of doing such things.
How can you say that? Your love for Cindy so blinds you that you're ignoring the fact that she's manipulating our daughter. And you have the nerve to call me crazy when I'm just trying to protect our child from your harmful behavior.
You're overreacting, Daisy. It's not like I'm trying to harm Tiffany. I love her just as much as you do. And Cindy is a good person. She's always been nice to Tiffany.
Nice to Tiffany? She's trying to take my place as her mother and you're letting her. You're supposed to be on our daughter's side, not hers. I can't believe you can't see how wrong this is. You're putting our daughter in danger by letting Cindy get so close to her.
That's not true, Daisy. You're just being paranoid.
You've brought this upon yourself, Robert. I'm done with your lies and excuses. I won't let you hurt my daughter any longer. I'm taking legal action, and you can be damn sure that I'll make sure you never come near Tiffany again.
What? You have no right.
I will take all the medical papers today to sue you for harming my daughter's mental and physical health, and will ask the court for an injunction to ban you from approaching my daughter. And you can bet your bottom dollar that I'll make sure you never come near Tiffany again.
You can't do that. You're just trying to punish me because you're jealous of Cindy. You're being unreasonable.
Unreasonable? You've been manipulating and emotionally abusing my daughter for your own selfish needs. You're the one who's being unreasonable. And don't dare try to blame me for your own mistakes.
But what about Tiffany? You can't just take her away from me. She's my daughter too.
Tiffany made her own decision. She doesn't want to see you or talk to you anymore. You've lost her, Robert.
No, please, Daisy. Please give me another chance to make up for my mistakes. I promise I would never do anything to harm Tiffany. I'll do anything she wants. Please, just believe me one more time.
Your begging won't change anything, Robert. You've caused irreparable damage to our family, and I won't let you hurt us anymore.
Please, Daisy, don't do this. I love Tiffany, and I need to be a part of her life.
Love? Is that what you call emotionally manipulating and abusing your own daughter? You're not fit to be a father, Robert.
I made a mistake, but I'm willing to make it right. Please, just give me another chance.
I've given you too many chances already, Robert, and you've squandered every single one of them. I won't let you hurt Tiffany anymore.
You're being unfair. You're taking my daughter away from me because of one mistake.
One mistake? This isn't just one mistake, Robert. This is so much more emotional abuse and manipulation. You've traumatized Tiffany, and I won't let you do it anymore.
I can change. I can be a better father. Please, just give me one more chance.
I've heard enough, Robert. It's time for you to face the consequences of your actions. I won't let you hurt us anymore. I'm done with you. After that, I followed through with my plan to take legal action against Robert. And with the help of the evidence I had gathered, I was successful in obtaining an injunction to keep him away from Tiffany. Robert, desperate to be a part of his daughter's life, tried to appeal the court's decision, but was ultimately unsuccessful. He lost custody of Tiffany and was forbidden from seeing her, as well as having any contact with her. Then, Robert and Cindy's relationship began to crumble. Without kids, their bond had weakened, and they began to fight more often. Eventually, Cindy grew tired of Robert's constant pleading to see his daughter and decided to end their relationship. Meanwhile, Tiffany and I moved on with our lives and began to heal from the pain and trauma that Robert had caused us. We formed a strong bond with each other, and I'm very proud of my daughter for standing up for herself and making the difficult decision to cut ties with her father. As time passed, Tiffany continued to thrive, excelling in school and making new friends. I also found love again, and together we built a happy and supportive home for Tiffany.
Hi, Claire, what's up? This is Anne. It's been a little while, hasn't it? You have a little time? Hey, Anne. Yeah, it's been too long. What's up? Something the matter? Something the matter? You can say that again. It was all your fault, Claire. I'm in a bind here because of you. In a bind? What do you mean? I don't remember doing anything wrong. Sorry, I'm not sure what you're talking about. That's high school reunion party we had the other day. Huh? You got me. I don't know what this is about. High school reunion party? When did that take place? Come on, Claire, don't act so innocent. You said you were going to attend, and at the last minute you didn't show. What were you thinking? Everyone was looking forward to it and figured it was a good time, so we arranged it at a great hotel downtown. But you had to go cancel it at the last minute. I'm gonna need you to pay the cancellation fee. Hold on a second, Anne. You keep saying I canceled at the last minute, but I really don't know what this is all about. Stop right there. I don't want to hear your lame excuses. Just stop lying, would you? I'm not lying. This is the first I'm hearing about a high school reunion. And I don't recall getting an invitation or saying that I was going to attend. I cannot believe you, Claire. When did you turn out to be like this? I'm really blown away by your attitude. What can I say? I have no idea what you're talking about. I saw your name on the attendance list. My name was on the list? Like I said, I don't even remember getting an invitation. I don't recall contacting you on my private line. I created a special group online and I invited you onto it. Special group? I don't remember ever getting an invite to such a group. Yeah, well, it's gone now. I deleted that group. The reunion party is over. No need to keep it up. So, there is no evidence that I said I would attend then. Is that right? What do you mean, evidence? If you're gonna say that, there's no evidence you said you wouldn't attend. Yeah, but... See, like I said, no evidence of that either. Well, that's case, so I need you to pay up. The place we reserved wasn't exactly cheap. I figured you were coming, so I paid on your behalf. You paid for my fee? How much is this cancellation fee anyways? $500. Huh? $500? Holy crap! Isn't that a bit high for a class reunion? It's not expensive at all. It was a very nice hotel. It's the usual going price. You weren't there, so how could you know that? The food was outstanding. They even served champagne. Well, you may think it's not much, but for a class reunion, that sounds outrageous. Well, we're no longer in high school and all working good jobs. $500 is nothing. We all said we should splurge on such occasions. But if you had to come on the day, it would have been half, $250. You've been going on and on about this, but I really can't get my head around it. Usually when you cancel something like this on the day of the event, you usually pay a percentage. Seems kind of strange to pay the full amount. Huh? You never heard of this before? Oh yeah, you really don't get around these days. Recently, if you cancel on the day of the event, they sometimes charge you 2 or 3 times the original amount. No way that's possible. Yes way, think about it. I mean, you're causing a lot of trouble for the place that's arranging the event. You know, with the food and drinks, paying the band members and so on. There was a band? I have never heard such a thing before. I go to these things all the time. I should know. You've been out of the loop for too long. Come on, just shut up and pay up. $500, and don't tell me you can't pay such a pittance. If you can't pay it, I guess you're just gonna have to work. You can just get a part-time job and have it in a few days. What's the problem? If I really canceled at the last minute or just failed to show up, I guess I would pay, but I had no idea you guys were having a class reunion. Like I said, I don't want to hear your lame excuses. I'll do you a favor since you're a friend. I'll give you 2 weeks to come up with the money. You can do that, right? If you don't pay, I could bring charges against you. All right, Claire, it's been 2 weeks. What's going on? I haven't heard a peep out of you. You're being a little irresponsible, don't you think? I keep telling you, I don't remember getting any kind of invitation to a class reunion. And I never sent you anything about attending. How long are you going to keep this up? Just admit you made a mistake and pay the consequences for God's sake. I'm going to press charges if you don't. Hey, Anne, can I ask you something? Why are you so desperate? Seems kind of strange, you acting like this. To be honest, it sounds like the only option you have left is for me to pay up. So, who's gonna pay this cancellation fee? Yeah, that's right, I have to pay it. I paid in your behalf, so it's me that loses out. Who told you I was going to attend this reunion? What do you mean, who? You said you were going to attend. Are you going to continue this charade and not pay? I want you to take responsibility. That's it. I don't even know this class reunion even existed. And I wasn't even part of this class reunion line group, which has already been deleted. So in this situation, how the hell could I have said I attended? How can I take responsibility for something I don't even remember being responsible for? I don't care. I am sick of your lame excuses. Anyways, you failed to show up at an event that you said you would attend, and as a result, I had to pay your cancellation fee. How hard is that to understand? Like I said, if you refuse to pay, I really will press charges. Now, if that happens, who's gonna be in big trouble? Not me, that's for sure. You better pay up if you think it's good for you. One more time, pay the cancellation fee for the class reunion. For a class reunion that never was? Huh? What did you just say? What are you blabbering about again? Well, if you have to know, I found out a thing or two the last 2 weeks. That class reunion you're talking about is all fake. There was no class reunion, right? Come on, tell me the truth. There was no class reunion, right? Hey, Claire, I wouldn't push it if I were you. Okay then, let me ask you a few questions. Who exactly was at this class reunion? Huh? Yeah, a whole bunch of people. Who exactly? Like I said, a bunch. Everybody we know was there. All our classmates from senior class. Tell me some of their names. I can't tell you their names, that is confidential. What if someone hacks this conversation? I'm one of the classmates. What privacy is there when I know everyone? Like I said, everyone was there. Every last one of our senior classmates was there. You're the only one that was not there. Are you serious? Was I the only one that didn't attend? That's right. You were always the quiet type in school. When the day of the reunion came up, you probably couldn't get up the nerve to attend and just didn't show up. The quiet type, huh? Well, yeah, I guess you're right. I was really not into big crowds or parties back then. Well, that's all in the past, but when I think more about what you're saying, things seems really weird. What's so weird? I talked to everyone, and they all say they never heard of such a class reunion. What do you mean, everyone? Everyone. You said everyone from our senior class, right? Everyone, including the guys on the basketball team? Huh? What is this? This is the class reunion. We're currently enjoying ourselves. Huh? Is that now? Is the party real time? Are you guys having a class reunion now? That's right. You're kidding, right? Oh, I know. You're faking all this so you can get out of paying the cancellation fee. Well, you're not gonna fool me. Now, why would I have to set up this whole charade to pay you for a fake class reunion? Please, give me a break. Okay, then I'll call and we can talk directly. Come on, answer. Why won't you answer the phone? I can't right now. I'm currently at a location where I can't talk on the phone. Looks like you overdid it this time. After I got that call from you demanding that I pay that cancellation fee, I didn't know what to do. So I asked everyone if they had heard of a $250 class reunion. Well, I got a reply on group line from one of our classmates. What's this group line? During last year's class reunion, we decided to make a group chat line so we could keep in touch for future get-togethers. Well, we happened to be chatting on the group page, and it seems I was not the only one that you were demanding this cancellation fee for the non-existent class reunion. Then one thing led to another, and all the people that were demanded a cancellation fee decided to get together of a real class reunion. What the hell are you talking about? I've never heard of such a group. Oh yeah, I forgot. You failed to show up at last year's reunion. I was busy last year. I couldn't make it is all. I thought you were a recluse. What the hell are you doing going to a class reunion anyways? You still think I'm a recluse? Anyways, what's it to you if I go to a class reunion? Oh, I guess you figured I wouldn't show up anyway, so you targeted me. I'm such a recluse and homebody, you figured you could trick me into this charade. Or is it a con game? Come to think of it, everyone you conned were all solitary types in high school. You probably thought you could bamboozle them too, am I right? I bet you didn't think we all kept in contact. You got it all wrong. This isn't what you think. Then explain it to me. So, you set up this fake reunion party and tried to swindle money from us. Well, I suppose I didn't fall for it, but I hear there were some that paid. Creating a non-existent class reunion and demanding money for it? That sounds like a scam to me. Blackmail. Definitely a crime. Scam? That was not my intention. Oh yeah, there is something else. What is it? You told me when you first called, you demanded that I pay $500, remember that? You also said you would press charges. That's blackmail. Or is it called intimidation? Anyways, it's a crime. You're clearly stating the amount too. You know what? I think I was mistaken. My bad. I'm sorry about what a klutz, huh? Anyway, have fun at the class reunion. See ya! We're 7 of us here at the class reunion. All 7 of us were blackmailed by you. So, this is all a mistake? No matter how you spin it, this was a plan to swindle us out of money. Like I said, it was all a mistake. I read the party list wrong is all. Well, it's no use bickering about it here. So we're gonna go consult with people who know a little bit more about these things. If it's all just a mistake, then you have nothing to worry about. Like I said, a mistake. If my husband finds out, I'll be crucified. He'll divorce me and I can't have that. How am I supposed to live? Please, can we just keep this quiet? I beg you, please. I don't know about your husband or what he'll do, but talk it over with him. I don't plan to press charges. Huh? You're not gonna press charges? Yeah, me. I didn't pay you, so I have no intention of pressing charges. But the people who did, looks like they collected enough evidence and they plan to press charges. Huh? Hold on, I'll pay all the money back, so please, it was all just a simple mistake. How much longer are you going to keep up this charade? This is something you brought to yourself. I recommend you take responsibility for what you did. Face up to your responsibilities. Anne was always into brands. She was obsessed with brand bags, clothes, jewelry. Even after she got married and had 2 kids, the obsession with brands continued. It just got worse as the years went by. Unbeknownst to her husband, she went into debt to satisfy her obsession. She was so much into debt and no way of paying it off is when she came up with this scam. She used this scam on several of her former classmates, making up a fake class reunion and demanding money for canceling attendance. Both people ended up paying, as well as people like myself who didn't pay, were all questioned and the evidence presented to the court. With this, all of Anne's past scams came to light. Her parents, her relatives, and friends all learned of her criminal behavior. Obviously, Anne's husband and her relatives were furious. She was made to reimburse all the money she swindled from her former classmates. Her husband visited each and every one of the victims in this affair and apologized profusely of his wife's misdeeds. Subsequently, her husband divorced her and took custody of their 2 children. I hear she's working day and night to reimburse her family for the money they loaned her to pay back her victims. All her precious brand bags, clothes, and jewelry were sold off to pay compensation to the people she victimized. I occasionally get a line message from Anne pleading for forgiveness, but I have ignored all her attempts. I mean, what she did was all self-inflicted, right? But I just hope she repents for the people she victimized and finally comes to her senses.